Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our sixth class of this advanced English course. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, teacher, good afternoon. I hear you.
Okay, thank you, Honai. Hi, Jedais. Where are your friends?
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon. Where are your friends? We have to begin because it is 3:30 already. So whether they're here or not, we have to begin. So this is our sixth class. We only have four more classes left. Um, for this no practice that you will have available from tomorrow morning. For this no practice, I wanted to do something different. So in this occasion, you will have a little more time to do the practice because I added a audio practice. So you have your usual exercises: choose the correct answer, true and false, match. You have the reading, especially given today's class. You will see why later. You also have an audio practice. So you will have the option to play the audio, and you will have five questions, I think, based on that audio. It's a normal audio. It's not an audio from a book like Interchange, English for Everyone. Those normally are pretty controlled environments and audios. This is a audio from a podcast with a normal interaction between two people. So it's kind of long because it is 4 minutes long, but it will be worth it. Okay. From now on, I will add an audio practice to your evaluation. So I will add for that audio 10 more minutes. So instead of having 30 minutes to do the practice, now you will have 40 minutes to do the practice due to the audio addition that I just made. But as I said before, it's going to be worth it. We need to listen as many audios as we can. We need to listen to podcasts, interviews, speeches, anything that we can get a hand of. We have to use it and practice to improve our listening. Okay, guys. With that being said, and without further ado, let's begin this afternoon's class. Okay. The class for today is really interesting. I'm really excited for it. Okay, so first we have to review the practices, the exercises that I left in our last class. So let's begin. So in our last class, we talked about infinitives and gerunds. We talked about past simple and present perfect. We talked about present perfect continuous, past perfect, and storytelling. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Okay, so here we have to choose the correct infinitive or gerund form after each of these verbs, right? That's the idea. Okay, so let's start with number one and number two. I enjoy, she decided.
Okay, number one and number two.
Number one, number two. Let's make it to three. Okay, number one, number two, and number three, because we don't have many people this afternoon. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. I enjoy reading. She decide she decide to leave. And number third, he avoids talking.
Okay. Okay, well done. So I enjoy reading. What is my pointer? What is it? Give me 1 second. Okay, here it is. I enjoy reading. Here, I think it was Jarais. She decided, right? She decided to leave.
Okay, decided.
Honai, sorry, it was Honai. Okay. Decided, and he avoids talking. Okay, he avoids. Okay, let's continue with number 4, number 5, and number 6. Okay, tell me now, Jedi's.
Okay, number 4. We plan to travel. Number 5. I am good at speaking. And number 6. They suggest going.
Well done. Well done. We plan to travel. I am good at speaking. And they suggested going. Suggested.
Yes.
Yes, they suggested going. Okay, Omar. The last 4, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10. You hit the jackpot.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Sorry.
Hi.
Okay, number 7. He wants to improve. Number 8. She finished eating. Number 9. I hope to see you. And the last one, they keep trying.
Okay. Well done, Omar. So he wants to improve. In the case of the number 8, this is a regular verb, finish. Remember that when we have a regular verb that ends in ed and it has consonants like s and h at the end, the sound of the ed is like a t. So she finished eating. She finished.
Okay, she's finished.
Yeah, she finished eating.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, I hope to see you, and they keep trying. Well done, easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. Let's continue with the other one. Here we're going to fix the box. It's another way to say fix the errors, right? Okay. So again,
Can you?
yes, Jarais, what?
How do you say the other?
Fix the errors.
Fix the error.
The errors.
Okay.
Errores. Errors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's begin with the first 3 that we have here. The first 3. I enjoyed to swim. She suggested to go. He decided going home. What would be the correct form of all these structures? Okay, let's start with Honai, the first 3.
Okay. I enjoy swimming. She suggests going. He decided to go home.
Okay, so I enjoy swimming. She suggested going. She suggested going, and he decided to go home. He decided to go home. Okay, let's continue with number 4, number 5, and number 6. I am good to speak English. They avoid to talk. I want going home. Tell me, Jarais.
Yes, number four, I am good at speaking English. Number five, they avoid talking. And number six, I want to go home.
Okay, well done. I am good at speaking English. They avoid talking, and I want to go home. Okay, the last remaining ones. Number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, Mr. Omar.
Okay, number 7. She finished. She finished eating. He keeps working. I hope to see you. And they planned to go abroad.
Okay, very well. The last one, they planned to go abroad.
Okay,
Okay, planned. Yeah, because in this case, it's with the.
Ratio. Okay.
Yes. Okay, pretty easy, guys. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. Okay, so here, I think that you understood the assignment, okay? So we won't do all these sentences. I just need one from each, and that will be all, because I think that you understood the assignment. So number 1, number 2, and number 3, each for each one of you. So Honai, number 1, give me a sentence using want.
Okay. A sentence. I want to learn English to get a better job.
To get a better job.
Second.
It's okay, only with
Yes.
one. That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's good. That's good. I think that you understood this topic correctly. So Jarais, okay, let's not do this like this. Jarais, I'm gonna give you a different one. Good at. Give me a sentence with good at, Jarais.
Good at.
Yes.
Number five,
Yes.
she is good at drawing portraits.
At trying.
Drawing. No sé si la estoy pronunciando bien.
You mean drawing?
Drawing. Oh, drawing. Okay, yes. Drawing at portraits.
Okay. She is good at drawing portraits. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Omar, interested in. Interested in.
This is number 6.
Yes.
Okay. I'm interested in learning English.
That was good. Okay. I am interested in learning English. Okay. Okay. Well done. Okay, guys. So let's continue. Okay. So now we're going to shift to the other topic. Moving forward to our other topic. In this case, present perfect, right, and past simple. Let's see. Here we have two options, and we have to choose the one that fits best. Okay, so let's work again in the same way because we still have the same amount of students. So 1, 2, and 3 for the first person.
Okay. I saw him yesterday. She has finished already. We went last night.
Well done. Well done. So the first one is I saw him yesterday using the simple past because we have here this reference. Okay, when we see this time reference like yesterday or last night, we know that we're talking about the simple past immediately. Okay, you don't need to hesitate about that. You can be pretty sure that you are on the right track if you see this time reference. Okay, so I saw him yesterday. Number 3, we went last night. In the case of number 2, well, this is an indefinite. sentence because we don't have a definite reference of time. So here we have to use the present perfect. She has finished already. She has finished already. Or she has already finished. Okay, because normally the adverb, right? The adverb goes before the main verb here. She has already finished. Okay, let's continue with number 4, 5, and 6. Tell me, guys, number 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, I ate breakfast this morning. He visited me. He visited me last week. And number 6, they have never tried sushi.
Okay. Okay, so let's start with number 4. I ate breakfast this morning. Normally, okay, this will depend on context. Let's say that the morning is a ongoing time, right? That I am still in the morning. So if the morning is an ongoing time, let's say that it is 10 a.m., so it is still morning. In that case, I will have to use the present perfect because it is not an unfinished time period. But if I am in the afternoon and that morning period is over, I can switch from the present perfect to the past simple, okay? Because we have to use the past simple for times that are over, okay? Periods of time that are not currently ongoing. So in that case, we can say that is normally based on context, but normally this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, we are normally going to see them paired with the present perfect. So if you have to choose and you don't have more reference of time, like in this case, you should stick with present perfect because like that, there's no way you're going to do it incorrectly, that you won't go wrong with it. So because of that, let's stick with present perfect, okay? Because we normally are going to see, this morning, this afternoon, and this evening normally with present perfect, okay? So I have eaten breakfast this morning. He visited me last week and they have never tried sushi. Okay? Omar, it's your turn now. Number 7, number 8, number 9, and number 10.
Okay. Number 7. She has just left. Number 8. I have known him for years. Number 9. We watched the movie yesterday. And last one, he has lived here since 2020.
Okay, well done. So she has just left. I have known him for years. We watched that movie yesterday, and he has left here since 2020. He has left here since 2020. Okay, well done. You know, there's something you have to bear in mind, guys, is that although we're seeing here the difference between present perfect and past simple, Americans like to use a lot the past simple, where British people would use present perfect. Okay, so that's why it's more common to hear past simple when you are watching a movie or listening to a podcast from the United States than the present perfect. And if you go to England and you start watching British shows or movies, you will see that they use a lot of the present perfect. So in some cases, it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of choice. Just so you know, okay? In the case of the test or any evaluation, you have to bear in mind the different structures, okay? But in spoken English, in everyday English, depending on where you are, if you are in the US, you are going to hear a lot the past simple. But if you are in England, you will hear a lot the present perfect. In the case of I don't know if you know this system. There's an English system called English for Everyone, which is a new system from recent years. And they take the time to explain that. The differences between the American English and the British English. And this system actually comes from the US. And that is helpful. That is pretty helpful. In my case, I use them both. I think that I'm more inclined to use the present perfect like British people normally do, because for me, it makes more sense in many situations. But it's good to know that Americans like to use more the past simple. Of course, they are respecting the rules, okay? But in some situations, they can be interchangeable. Okay, let's continue with this one. Okay, so let's see. Number one, number two, and number three. The same idea, only to practice a little bit more. This is also something really simple. Let's start with Yarais in this case to change the order a little bit.
Okay. And number one, I have never tried sushi. And number two, he went to the gym yesterday. And number third, they have finished.
Number three, okay, they have finished. Okay, let's continue with Omar. Okay, Omar, number four, number five, number six.
Okay, number four. He saw the movie last week. Number five. He have visited Paris. And number six. I ate 2 hours ago.
Okay. Normally, when we see ago, that's another time reference of the simple past. Okay. In the case of Paris, in English is Paris. We have visited Paris.
Paris.
Yeah, Paris.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Hona, it's your turn now. You hit the jackpot in this occasion. Number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10.
Okay. She has just arrived. He left yesterday. He have known him for years. They traveled last summer.
Perfect. Okay, well done. Let's continue. Okay, so remember that these questions, I told you that we were going to use them as open questions. Well, not open questions, but to use it for oral practice. So I will ask one of these to each one of you, and I want you to elaborate, okay? Elaborate a little bit. Because the idea is to hear you talking. Okay, so let's start with Omar. Omar, have you ever traveled abroad?
Yes, I have.
When did you last travel?
I did it in 2024.
So you traveled the last 2 years?
Yes.
Where did you go?
China.
China?
Yes.
Oh, you went to China. And how was the experience in China? How was it?
Amazing, amazing. It was very, very amazing and very interesting too.
Okay, so when you were there in China, did you speak in English or do you know some Mandarin? I don't know.
No, in English, in English.
In
Oh,
English.
but I have I don't know how can I say. Well, I have a partner from Chinese, and sometimes we can to speak in Spanish, but when I have to talk with the oh my god, I forgot the name.
It's okay.
But I had to speak in English more of the time.
Okay, so you have a Chinese partner.
Yes.
So you didn't travel to China alone. You went with someone.
Yes.
Okay, and that person knows Chinese.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
She is Chinese.
She? Oh, is it she? She's Chinese?
Yes.
Okay.
She was born here, Dominican Republic, but her family, her mother, father over there, of course, there are Chinese, and she was born over there,
Okay.
over here, but she lives over there right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Omar.
And of course, they have a company for that situation, for to be partner for another companies, to be business over there. For that reason, she was aware with me.
So they have a company to of
Yes, their
translator
family have a company
of translators.
for like translators or make business over there.
Okay, to make business over there. So if I want to go
Yes.
to China and make business, I have to use like someone to help me with the paperwork, and they do that.
Yes, this is the only way.
Oh,
The system over there is like that.
okay, okay. So okay. Well done, Omar. Thank you. Let's continue with Honai now.
Yes, teacher.
Honai, have you ever met a famous person?
No, I haven't, teacher.
Okay, I need to find a question where you say yes. Have you ever tried sushi?
Have you ever tried such a... Well, yes, I have. I tried it for the last year.
Last year you tried it?
Yeah.
Okay. How was it? How was the experience? Would you do it again?
Mm, no, teacher. No.
Okay. You didn't like the experience of eating raw fish?
Yes. It's a one experience. No.
Okay.
I prepare other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it your idea to try it or someone else encouraged you to do it?
Repeat again, please.
Was your idea to try sushi or was someone else who encouraged you to do it?
Someone else to...
Someone else. It was someone else's idea.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Hi. Jarai, is your
Right, I
turn.
can.
Jarai, have you ever changed your diet?
Yes, I have changed my diet.
When did you do it? When did you first change your diet?
I started eating healthier last month.
Last month?
Yes, less candy and something like that.
That was a recent change.
Yes.
Why? Can you tell us why? Why the sudden change?
For um like how can I say that? I don't have a reason, but it's because I mean, like I love the candy, and so I want to be more healthier, so healthy, more healthy, and I don't want to suffer in the future of how can I say
Diabetes.
diabetes something. So for that,
Okay, so you realized that you were eating too much candy and you wanted to be healthier. So that's why
yeah,
you decided to change. But you didn't have any
yeah.
symptoms like headache, overweight, or anything else.
No, no.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Jedi's.
Always.
Let's continue. Okay, so we have this exercise, right? Let me see right here. Okay. Okay. So this is about the present perfect continuous or the present perfect, right? So let's see. Let's start with the first three. Let's start with Honai, number she's going to be the number one now. The first three sentences.
Okay, teacher. I have been working all day.
Okay.
She has been reading for 4 hours. They have lived here since 2020.
Okay. Well done. Well done. So number five, and number six. Tell me, Jarais.
Okay. Number four.
Yes.
He has finished.
Yes.
Number five. I have been studying all morning. And number six. She has cleaned the house.
She has cleaned the house. Okay. The last four, Omar.
Okay, teacher. First, I have a question.
Of course.
What is the meaning of those colors?
Of those colors,
Yes.
uh,
Is in there the answers?
they don't have a meaning as far as I know, because this was randomly picked by the software I use to build these presentations.
Okay, I do the question because the answer is almost the same. Almost the same when you choose, for example, when you choose the last one, the first one, you have to select the purple color for that reason. I don't know. And my doubt is because in the number four is the same color, so I didn't know if the answer it could be both of them.
Both of them, yeah. Well, in this case, that's a good observation. We can't use the last one. He has been finishing because we normally don't use finish with ing because it's a stative verb too. It's something that is already done. You are either finish or not finishing. So
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, number seven, we have been waiting for 30 minutes. Number eight, he has been writing emails all day. Number nine, I have been exercising.
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 Yes.
Correct. Number 10, they have been working recently.
Recently, yeah, recently. Okay, let's continue. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So here we have to identify the errors, right? So the same thing. Let's start with the first three. Omar, the first three. Let's see.
Okay, let me see. Number one, I have known him. Number two, she has finished.
Yes.
And number three, I have understood.
I have understood. Yes. Okay, Honai, number four, number five, and number six.
Okay, teacher. Number four. He has liked it. Number five. We have know each other. And number six. She has believed him.
Believed him. Okay. Well done. In this case, when we have this structure, liked, we have to pronunciate it like this. He has liked it. Liked it. There, we are including the T from this structure, and we have linked the sound with the other structure. So, he has liked it. It's not the same to say he liked it, liked it, liked it, liked it. Okay. Jarais, it's your time for the jackpot. For the jackpot. Okay, so number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10.
Okay. And number 7, I have seen that. Number 8, he has owned a car. And number 9, they have loved it. And number 10, I have preferred coffee.
Okay, I have preferred coffee. Okay, well done. The same thing happens here, guys. Loved it. We have love it, right? We have love it. But when the verb is in the past, we say loved it, loved it, liked it, loved it. I encourage you to pay attention to your favorite shows and movies. And when you read that, because you're using subtitles, and you read that structure, you can reproduce that small part and you will hear that they pronounce the ed all the time. Okay, all the time they do it. It's really fast because they do it all the time and they're used to it, and we have to replicate that. Okay, and if you want, you can use like a transcription tool. In the case of Google or ChatGPT, you can use a transcription tool, and you will realize that if you say like it will type it like that. But if you say liked it, you will see the ed at the end. Okay, so there's a difference, and they know about that difference and they apply that difference when they're talking. Okay, so I think that we can skip this one because I think that you understood the assignment pretty well. So let's finish with this one because we have a lot to do yet. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. So what would be the correct order of all these sentences? I need one volunteer. Okay, I hope that all of you did the homework, but I need one volunteer, only one, to tell us the exact order that this sentence should have. What happened first, what happened after that, etc. Who did it? Wow, this silence reminds me of a song. The silence is killing me. Nobody did this?
Well, Well,
Adiós.
well, three. Everybody tried, teacher. But the first, I think that the first, the rain is stopped. Stopped.
The rain stopped. Mm. Let's see. Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I will help you. Okay, I will help you in this case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the first one would be okay because this is like building a story, right? The car broke
Yes.
down. The first one. After that, they decided to wait. Right, decided to wait. The lights flickered. She called for help. Here, right. He left the room.
Teacher, excuse me.
Yeah.
But it's not better if you put the number, for example, number one and number two.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah, it is.
Can you help me?
I will do that. It is harder for me
If you
because
can.
this is really difficult with the mouse.
Yes,
do
it's
that.
difficult, but you try, teacher.
Okay.
A point, 1 point, 2 point, 2, 3 point.
Okay.
It's like that.
Okay, I will try. I'll do my best. Okay. This is a 5, okay? She opened the door. He saw the sign. We found the map. The rain stopped. I arrived late. Okay. It's not it's not as cohesive as I would like, but that would be like the main idea. So the car broke down, they decided to wait. We have to assume that they are inside of a house waiting because the lights flickered. Number four, she called for help. He left the room. She opened the door. He saw the sign. He found the map. The rain stopped. I arrived late. So we have here, as I said before, not as cohesive as I would like, because my train of thought would like something more cohesive and easier or more better structured. But that would be like the idea, okay? That would be like the idea. It's like a small game. Okay, so let's continue with the other one. Did you do this one?
Well, teacher,
This
I
one.
tried.
You tried? Okay. Okay.
Yes, I tried.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I tried.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Like
Okay.
callada eyes. I don't know if
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
not
sure,
sure.
but okay.
Let's see. Let's start. Start. You
Okay.
can begin, Honaya. We're gonna hear you out.
Okay, thank you, teacher. After I wake up, then I went out. Continue to Annette.
Yeah,
That's it.
you're going to read it entirely. Okay.
I'll tell you. Okay. Suddenly, something happened. When I arrived, then we left. Before he called, after she saw me, after we finished, then daycare come. Finally, it's ended.
Okay. Okay.
Try, teacher?
Yeah.
Not sure, but
Yeah,
try.
I think that you
Thank you.
you did good. You did good. I think that we can agree in the majority of the options that you made. So here we have after I woke up. Here I think that we can eliminate this one because it makes better sense to say only after I woke up I went out. And then no, went out. Suddenly here, suddenly, as you said, something happened. When I arrived, perfect there too. We left. We don't need to add anything here. We left, but he called after she saw me. Okay. Finally, we finished here. We can omit this one. Finally, we finished. And then, finally, we finished. They came, and then it ended. Okay. So as you can see, you didn't have to use all the blank with the black spaces. Okay. Some of them were just there to confuse you a little bit. Okay. But the idea of this was only to familiarize with those connectors. We normally use them when we are telling a story in English. We normally use them when we're telling a story in English. Okay. Don't worry, you won't see any of this in your test, but you will need it down the road in your English learning process. Okay, so let's begin with this afternoon's really exciting class. Okay, really exciting class. So let's see all of this. So we're going to discuss, tag questions, formal connectors, collocations, past habits, and keep versus stay. Okay, so don't be intimidated by all of this information in one slide. This is pretty easy, guys. So let me ask something first. Do you know the tag questions? Have you studied them before? The tag questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so this is going to be okay. So this is going to be pretty short, okay, because it is a basic rule. So short questions added to the end of a sentence to confirm information. That is a definition of tag questions. Ask for agreement, sound friendlier, or continue conversation naturally. So we have the main statement and a mini question, which is the tag. So for positive statements, right, we use a negative tag. She is happy, isn't she? They work here, don't they? You can swim, can you? So we normally have to use, or we can say all the time, we have to use, right, the auxiliary. In the case of the simple present, we know that the auxiliary is the verb to do. It is not present in affirmative sentences, but we know that that is the auxiliary of this tense. So we have to know that and use it here in its negative form. And the same thing with the modal verbs. Okay, that's basically it. Okay, when we have negative statements, we have to use positive tags. He isn't busy, is he? They don't study much, do they? She can't drive, can she? Okay, so this topic is in your final test. Okay, the one that you have to take at the end of this course. So here you have like a summary of all the structures. Okay, so with be, the verb to be, she's here, isn't she? They are ready, aren't they? With other verbs, use do, does. Okay, as I just said, in the case of the simple present. If we have a past simple sentence, okay, use did or didn't. She visited Spain, didn't she? They didn't call, did they? The idea is to remember two things. The tag question has the opposite, is the opposite of the statement. If the statement is positive, the tag question is negative. If the statement is negative, the tag question is positive. And we are always going to use the auxiliary from the statement. Okay, in the case of the past of the verb to be, is the same thing. He was late. Wasn't he? They weren't angry. Were they? Present perfect, and future. We have here, you have finished. Haven't you? She hasn't arrived. Has she? The case of the future, they will come. Won't they? He won't forget. Will he? And in the case of the modal verbs, we have to use the modal verb. So you can help, can't you? She should study, shouldn't she? Okay, they must leave, mustn't they? Okay, here we have this, the pronoun rule. So the pronoun is in the tag replaces the subject. This is important because if we have a sentence like Maria is here, we can say, isn't Maria? No, Americans don't do that. They keep the pronoun. That doesn't change. Maria is here, isn't she? The boys are tired, aren't they? Your dog is cute, isn't it? Okay, so we don't use the subject, never, for the tag question. We only use the pronoun. Okay, here we have something really interesting and curious. In the case of I am, when we have this structure, I'm late. We don't say, am I, you see, I can't pronounce it because it doesn't exist. We don't say, am I, no, right? Americans are smart people. So we say, I'm late. Aren't I? Is one of those exceptions that we have in English. So in the case of the tag question, when we are dealing with the first person singular, in the case of the verb to be, we use aren't. Okay? I'm late, aren't I? Okay? If you have an affirmative, a negative sentence, I'm not late, you say, am I? There you can use it. But in the case of the affirmative, I'm late, aren't I? You have to use aren't I. Okay? Okay. Requests. Use will you? Open the door. Will you? This is important. This is important because this is common. Okay? This is like a request. Remember that we can use will for requests. So here you say, please open the door. Or without the please, open the door. Will you? Pass the salt. Will you? In the case of negative imperatives, also use will you. Don't be late. Will you? Don't be late. Will you? So this is for requests, okay? In the case of the indefinite pronouns, remember that the indefinite pronouns are everybody, someone, and nobody. Normally, these indefinite pronouns, we use them as a third person singular. That's why we say someone has, nobody has, instead of nobody have. Because in English, we see them, although everybody talks about plural, about many people, we see them as part of the he, she, it structure. Okay? So in the case of the indefinite pronouns, use they in the tag. Everybody is here, aren't they? Nobody called, did they? Okay? In the case of the indefinite pronouns, we use they in the tag question. Here comes something that is really useful when you're speaking. We have the intonation dynamics. So the tag questions can mean two different things depending on the intonation. Either you use a falling intonation or a rising intonation. Let's see. We use the falling intonation when we're expecting agreement. It's hot today, isn't it? You heard the intonation went down. It's hot today, isn't it? But we use the rising intonation when we're truly asking for an answer. Okay, when we're truly asking, when we don't know the answer and we're actually asking. You didn't see him, did you? Or did you? You didn't see him, did you? So when you say isn't it, you're not asking. You're expecting the other person to agree with you. Okay? But when you has the rising, when you use the rising intonation at the end, it's because you're expecting the other person to reply because you don't know. You didn't see him, did you? In the case of the grammar, the intonations, it's something that won't affect, right? Because it is only grammar. But when you're talking, this is when this comes into play. When you're talking, that's when it is important. Here we have some errors, like using the incorrect auxiliary. She likes pizza, isn't he? We know that it is she likes pizza, doesn't she? He is tired, is he? Is he tired, isn't he? Maria is here, isn't Maria? We know that we don't use the subject. Maria is here, isn't she? Okay? Okay, so that's the first topic. Is that clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
So here you have a couple of exercises to practice that. Pretty easy, pretty simple. In the case of your test, you have like 2 questions about this. Okay. Here we have something that is going to be useful for you, especially if you are one of those students that want to take his English or her English or their English to the next level. What makes you sound more advanced is words like this. Okay? That is what makes you sound advanced. Okay, so word phrases used to connect ideas logically, the formal connectors. They improve academic writing. You see it right there in writing, formal speaking, presentations, essays, and business communication. So we have table number 1, adding information. So when you want to add more information, you have furthermore, moreover, in addition, additionally, not only that. Furthermore adds another strong point. Moreover adds additional formal information. In addition adds information. Additionally adds information formally. Not only that, adds emphasis. But for now, what you need to remember is that all of them, we can use them for the adding of information. Okay? For example, the company reduced costs. Furthermore, productivity improved. Another example, she is intelligent. Moreover, she works extremely hard. You see? So you normally hear this kind of sentences in formal speaking, like in how can I say this? The leaders of a company, the managers of a company like Microsoft, right? The representative of companies like Apple, they speak like this. Okay, another one is for contrasting ideas. We have here, however, nevertheless, nonetheless, on the other hand, in contrast, although, whereas. Okay. So, however, is to express contrast. Nevertheless, contrast despite previous idea. Nonetheless, similar to nevertheless. On the other hand, opposite perspective. In contrast, direct comparison or direct comparison. Direct comparison or direct comparison. Although introduces contrast, whereas shows difference. Okay. You have to pick, okay? You have to pick a couple of them and include them in your vocabulary because it is impossible to try to use them all at once. Okay? At the end, you won't remember any. You have to use a couple of them. And when you get a whole of them, when you know them, when you can remember them and use them without thinking, like second nature, then you can add more. In my case, I try to use however, although, and whereas. I love whereas because I see it a lot when I'm reading academic textbook. Examples. The task was difficult. However, we completed it. Another. He studied hard. Nevertheless, he failed the exam. Okay. And the last one here, the last table number 3, cause and effect. Therefore, consequently, as a result, thus, hence, because of this. I know that because of this is the most common one because we learn to say because, I think that since the first unit of English, because. The majority of the people know what is the meaning of because. So we use a lot of because. But we have hence and thus. Or as a result, consequently, or therefore. An example, sales increased significantly. Therefore, profits rose. He missed the bus. Consequently, he arrived late. So my advice again is, try to know all of them, but try to use 2 or 3 of them from each table and add them to your vocabulary. That's the only way you're going to use it. And that's the only way you can take your English level from A1, A2 to B1, B2. So we have this classification of A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. But those are like references that we use from a general perspective because you can be B2 in reading and C1 in listening. You can be A2 in speaking and C2 in reading. Okay? So you have to be if you want to be B2 in speaking or C1 in speaking, you have to add words like this. If you want to be B2 or C1 at writing, you need to use words like this. Otherwise, you won't be in that category because that category, more than grammar, is about words, is about vocabulary. So a B2 needs to know at least 10,000 words or more in English, 15,000 words. So it's a lot of vocabulary. So just so you can have an idea, you and I speak Spanish, but what is your level in Spanish? Are you a B1 in Spanish when you're speaking? A B2? The majority of the people are A2 and B1. Okay? The majority of the people that speak Spanish here that we get together with speak A2 and B1. So less people speak B2 and just a little reduced group of people speak C1 or C2 in Spanish. So it is difficult, okay? And it is not something that you have to be in order to communicate. You can communicate your whole life with a B1, B2 level of English without any problem, But if you want to be an academic and be, one of those guys that speak a formal English all the time, you have to add words like this. Okay, here you have formal connectors more. Giving examples, we have, for example, the most common one, for instance, which is the same, such as, or namely. Many countries, such as Canada, we have sequencing ideas like firstly, secondly, subsequently, finally, and ultimately, and concluding, in conclusion, to summarize, overall, in summary. I use a lot to summarize and in summary. I don't like in conclusion because it sounds too Spanish. So you have to challenge yourself, right? Okay, so here you have, as I was telling you about before, informal, more common, but, so, plus, also, then. You want to upgrade, however, instead of but, therefore, instead of so, furthermore, instead of plus, moreover, instead of also, subsequently, instead of then. Okay? So far, so good. Is that clear? Do you find that interesting? Okay, Jedi's.
Yes, teacher.
Jedi's
Yes.
Yes, teacher. And I have to ask again.
Okay.
Will you share that document in the final?
Yeah, I will share it. Okay, you just have to remind me that at the end.
Please.
I will share the whole presentation so
Please.
you can have it.
Person, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so here you have these exercises where you have to put into practice the knowledge, okay? The use of the connectors, however, therefore, for example, and so on. And here you have to rewrite these sentences formally, okay? So they are using but, for example, you have to use the alternative. However, he was tired. However, he continued working. Simple as that. Let's continue. Okay, so don't be scared. Don't be scared. I know this looks like a lot. Don't be scared. Here is the same idea, okay? So in order to be fair with you guys, I don't want you to have a bad impression of me because I only gave you so much homework in every class. We are going to work with the first three, okay? So for our next class, I will only ask of you to tell me the answers of the first three. If you want to do all of them, my pleasure, okay? But in the case of what I'm going to review in our next class, in order to be fair, because the practice that you have on the platform is long and you have many activities after every class, well, we are only going to work with the first three, okay? Number 1, number 2, and number 3, okay? So you don't say that I've been abusing you with all this homework, okay? Okay, so let's continue. We have problem-solving collocations, okay? More collocations. So we have here identify a problem, detect an issue, recognize a challenge, face a problem, encounter difficulties, analyze the situation, examine the cause, assess the damage, investigate the issue. And we have solve a problem, address an issue, overcome an obstacle, find a solution, come up with a solution, resolve a conflict, fix the issue, take action. So we have 3 categories: identifying, analyzing, and solving, right? At the end, you have to familiarize yourself with this, with all of these. Here you have more collocations like avoid mistakes, prevent problems, reduce risks, minimize damage, okay, meet a deadline, improve efficiency, make a decision, reach an agreement, handle a complaint. Okay, a lot of collocations, guys. Tackle a problem, resolve a dispute, handle pressure, deal with complaints, and manage a crisis. So what is the important thing about this? That when you don't know the collocations, when you don't know the expressions, you can make mistakes like make a solution, do a decision, solve an obstacle. Whereas the correct form, you heard that? Whereas the correct form is find a solution, make a decision, overcome an obstacle. Okay? So I won't stress this too much, because this is more of getting used to it, okay, than trying to memorize it all at once. Okay, so this is a topic that we have to pay attention to. This is used to and would. Okay, so I think that we talked about this a little, maybe I don't recall, but either way, remember that we have used to and would, right? We normally use this for a past habit in an action that happened regularly in the past, but usually no longer happens. Okay? Remember that used to is always like this, followed by a base verb. So we normally have the subject used to plus base verb. Okay? We need to remember that when we use didn't, used to goes into its base form. The same thing happens with questions because it is a past simple rule, okay? And it applies to used to as well, okay? For example, I used to play soccer. He used to smoke, okay? So as we will see later, we can use used to for past habits, and we can use used to for past states. I used to be shy. They used to live near the beach. These are states. So we can use used to for past habits, and we can use used to for past states. But in the case of would, and this is the big difference that you need to remember, because this is in your final test, is that would is only used for past habits, never for past states. And when you use would, you have to give context all the time, because people need to be aware that you're talking about the past. For example, every summer we would travel. If I have this sentence only like this, we would travel, it may be confusing, okay? But if I say every summer, okay, this is giving me context. So we normally use would with context. So the other people or the other person can know that I am talking about the past and I am talking about a past habit. So every summer we would travel to the countryside. Here would is a reference of the past. My grandfather would tell us stories. Again, here we're talking about a past habit. So as you can see here, would only describes repeated actions. Repeated actions, okay? We don't use it for something that we did once in the past. We only use it for things that we did repeatedly in the past, 2 or more times. Okay? We don't use it for states like being shy. She would be shy. No, we can only use used to for that. She used to be shy. So, would, past habits, used to, past habit plus past states. Here you have the differences matrix. Used to for habits, states, more common in speech, can describe conditions. Would, habits, not states, more literary storytelling, cannot describe conditions. Here you have the time expressions toolkit that we normally use. When I was a child, when we normally use would, we use when I was a child, in the past, years ago, every summer, back then. We can also use these time expressions with used to, okay? But in the case of would, we have to always use it because people need context to understand that would is being used in the past with a past reference. So incorrect usage, he didn't used to play. This is incorrect because if I am using didn't, used have to be in its base form. Did you used to swim? This is incorrect because if I use did, I have to use in its base form. She would live in Canada. This one is incorrect because live is a state and we can't use would for that. We use used to, right? Easy peasy, right? Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Good, guys. That's good. Okay, so here you have a couple of exercises, short exercises. Here you have to choose the correct answer, rewrite using used to all these sentences, and complete this using used to or would. Okay, so pretty easy. And the last topic, don't worry, we're almost at the end. We still have 13 more minutes left, but we will finish before that. Don't worry. We have keep and stay. Okay, I won't stress this too much. I just want you to know the difference, okay? So we have keep and we have stay. We normally use keep to focus on continuation and maintenance. And we use stay to focus on remaining. Okay? Often keep is followed, not only, but often, is followed by verb in ing. Keep working, keep trying. In the case of the stay is often followed not only by adjective, calm, focused. So keep is more of an order, okay? Of an order to keep doing something. While stay is more of an emotional reference. That is the difference, basically. For example, we have keep doing something, which means continue. Keep in touch, maintain communication. Keep calm, remain calm. Keep up with, continue at same pace. Keep an eye on, watch carefully. Keep in mind, keep away from. As you can see, we can use keep with other structures. It is not only with ing, but it is often followed by verb in ing. But only often, not only. As you can see right here, we have the same expression, keep calm and stay calm. So remember, in the case of keep calm, it's more like an order, okay? To continue in the same state of calmness. But when you say stay calm, it's more like a reference of your emotional state. Okay? That is the difference. Keep calm is more like an order to stay put. Okay? To maintain that status. But stay calm is a reference to your emotional state. We have stay calm, stay focused, stay healthy, stay in touch, stay awake, stay positive, stay out of trouble. The easiest way is to see them in context and to remember how they use them. And by they, I mean the Americans. We have some errors here that we have to be aware of. Stay trying. We don't use it like this. We normally say keep trying. Keep calmness. We normally say keep calm. Keep healthy. We normally say stay healthy. You see? What else? Okay. So here you have only 5 exercises where you have to use keep or stay. That's it. Okay? That's it. Okay. Here we have an interesting summary. Fluency is not just knowing rules. It is the deliberate application of these precise architectural tools. So, that will be all for this afternoon, guys. In our next class, we will talk about expressions with drive, get, and make, ED words to describe feelings, unreal conditions using unless, only if, and even if. We will talk about wishes and regrets, adjective to describe attitudes, adjective and names about values, personal values, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. Okay? Any questions, guys? Any doubts? Okay. If you don't have any questions, remember that.
Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. Okay, so remember that on the platform you have practice that ends tonight at 11:59. At 11:59 tonight, the practice number 6 will be available. Practice number 6 is based on all of these topics, okay? Remember, in this practice, it's going to be a longer practice because you have the usual suspects, choose the correct answer, match, true and false, a reading exercise, but also I will add a audio practice. So you will have an audio of 4 minutes and you will have 5 questions that you have to answer based on that audio. Okay? It is a normal conversation between 2 people. They're British. Normally the audios are from British people. Don't ask me why, but that's the kind of audio that we find online. So this will be like the new addition to your practice, to the practices that you have been doing all these weeks. So, and I will stick with that audio practice till the end. So we have 4 more practices left. Okay. With that being said, guys, that will be all. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will see each other again on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Goodbye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.